guys, this is KEnODvT here, bringing you episode 3 of Let's Play / tutorial. And right now the music is stunningly loud, but we'll roll with it. So right now I'm going to go explore out right, looking for this, exactly what I found. At the moment we're looking for surface minerals, and then when it goes to nighttime we will look for under surface minerals. In theory, the deeper you go, the better minerals you get, and we're just trying to gear up so that we can try and do the first boss fight. And then we'll probably go looking for the jungle. So, fighting green slimes with bow and arrow, incredibly easy. Ooh, iron. We're also trying to get some more gel and shrooms. Wow, I fail. Die, yuppie scum. Luckily, most of the arrows you use you will be able to get back. We're also looking for mushrooms so that when we go underground, if we come across any caves, it won't be too much of an issue. We have 184 wood, so that's probably enough for that. And, ooh, that's a nice underground cave. I might go exploring that in a minute. Okay, so we're gonna have to deal with them. Yeah, I'm not very good with the bow and arrow right now because I'm used to playing on my other character where I have a gun which just shoots straight. Oh no. No? Okay. Apparently it's not as smart as I thought it was. Give me some platforms. That is one thing you will notice about Terraria vs Minecraft is you never really have a moment's peace. Monsters are always coming and just they never leave you alone. One of the ways you can try and get fairly high level gear reasonably quickly, if you choose to, is if you go looking for floating islands. Now each map has 3 or 4 floating islands on it, and ooh, that's some nice iron. And each floating island will have a chest. Now on that chest there is generally, not always, but generally, a fairly nice gear drop. And I'm talking like you'd have to go down a few hundred feet, sorry, 1,000 or so feet, find a chest to find an equivalent gear drop, which can be quite dangerous. While up in the sky, as far as I'm aware, I've never actually found one of these things, is fairly safe. So that's one way you can sort of cheat the system, but it does require a lot of blocks to go find these things, because they're like 300-400 feet up and left or right, and they're like 20 by, no, more like 50 by 50 blocks. So they're fairly small and they're quite easy to miss. You have to be quite methodical to find some. I will go looking for some in a few episodes. So right now we've collected some shrooms, we've got some surface minerals. We currently have about 22 iron ore and some 8 bronze ore. So not quite as much as I would like, but enough. And I just need to eat a shroom. There we go. Bunnies are stupid. Okay, so as you can see down here there is a cave, so I thought I'd go exploring. And we'll see what we can find. So right now we found some cobwebs. Cobwebs are useful for a few things. One, they make beds, and they're also used to make a quite high level form of armor. So I recommend you hang on to your cobwebs because they are quite useful. Let's see what we can find. So finding some more copper, which is good because we probably want a copper helm or something along those lines to help defend myself. Green slimes, probably just going to ignore them for now. No, wait, this one has a bone to pick. Make sure to collect all the pots and, oh, do not throw your pick away. Ooh. that's quite a nice find copper-wise. And, oh, we found some more. This is not actually a gold mine, but pretty goddamn close. I didn't even have to do that much exploring to find it, which was nice. So you just want to kind of, now there's two theories for kind of exploration and stuff like that. There's the, you should just go straight down, because the further down you go, the more likely you are to hit minerals. You just go straight down. You can actually mine fairly safely if you just go like 2 blocks left, right, straight down kind of thing. But then there's the counter argument of, well, you miss a lot that way. Like, you should do work in a grid pattern kind of thing. And some people prefer that technique. I do a bit of both. I tend to just explore until I find a cave, and then I kind of explore along that cave line until okay, so there doesn't really appear to be anything else down there, so that was a reasonably successful cave run. Some people like to retrieve their torches after they've done mining. I wouldn't recommend it. Torches can be used for telling yourself where you've been, which is kind of nice. That way you don't go the same place twice. No, wait. You do not get worms this shallow. Okay, so we're about to be attacked by a worm. There it is. These guys are fairly weak, but they pass through all blocks, and as you can hear, they're fairly distinctive. I would just ignore them and keep swinging your pickaxe, because that's what they're weakest to. Their weakness is pickaxes. So you just keep swinging, and there's not much you can do about them. There's no real, like, I can be all tactical and, like, take no damage from them. Not really going to happen. Once you get later pickaxes, you just tend to ignore them. But I was not aware that you could even get them this high. I thought you had to be down a ways before you could find them. Okay, that's a lot of stone, and I don't feel I need that much stone, so I'm going to head out of here. And I think I'm probably going to head back to my house and see what I can make. I've got 39 copper ores, so that's 10 bars. That'll give me 14, which isn't quite enough to make what I'd like, unfortunately. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this house NPC worthy. So you need a table and a chair, and let's see what else. Clay pot. I never actually figured out what you do with clay pots. Again, my recordings. Silk. You need 5 silk to make a bed, and that's how you set your spawn point. So 13. That's nice. Okay, so if I have 5 more copper things, I can. Ooh. Okay, so I have 14 silver, which is kind of nice. Right, I'm going to go dump my excess stuff into my chest. I'm going to dump into this chest. I'm going to dump my silver and my bronze. I'll also dump the acorns, stars, silk, and cobwebs. Right, I'll also dump my wood walls because I don't really need them. Your first house extension that you will be forced to do will occur when you get your first NPC and you meet your criteria for the second. As soon as I get 50 silver, I will actually make a video on the requirements of getting the first NPC, being a merchant. So let's start digging. So this is, if you are mining with 2 people, this is how I recommend you do it. One person takes left, the other person takes right, and you tend to go down reasonably quickly. Make sure you've got enough wood for enough platforms to get up. I have no idea why I placed that in there. Do I have a hammer? I do. Oh, yeah, I dropped my hammer. So now it's getting to nighttime. So nighttime being the general time where I try to explore down, because, to be honest, being on the surface kind of sucks at nighttime. So my general strategy when mining is go down a bit and then kind of explore horizontally a bit. So we'll just go down a bit more. Placing torches all the way. Again, torches are a really good way if you get into a big deep cave to kind of tell yourself where you've been. And if you place a bunch of torches in one place, it could be like a signal, like we found a chest down this big hole that we accidentally fell into and we couldn't figure out where it was, so that's right, we left some stuff in a chest, so we made a trail of double torches. So the only place you would ever see 2 torches like lined up for us would be if we wanted to go back that way. So I'm just going to go a bit deeper because I don't really want to explore horizontally and get to my thing on the left. The other advantage of doing this kind of exploration is if you happen to run into it's rarer for zombies to spawn in this kind of environment where there's just 2 blocks going all the way down. So let's explore left first. Finding nothing particularly interesting yet. We haven't even found stone. As a general rule of thumb, most ores will be found in stone. You will also be able to heal water, especially something moving in it. So, stone. Also, it's much easier to mine down than up. So if you find a vein of stone or something that you want to explore, it's much easier to go like this. From above, because mining up is really, really painful, because you need to like place platform below. It's just far, far easier to mine down. Torches. This is why you really want an ample supply of wood. In my first day I gathered enough wood that I don't really need any more right now. I do need some more arrows, but I do have 38 stone. Did I get anything particularly interesting from those crates? No, I didn't. So right now we've just found a big ass vein of stone. Some people like to make their house out of stone because they think it looks better, but aha! That's what we are looking for. So as you can see, when you explore with this technique, you kind of get a bit of a grid pattern going, and it allows you to cover quite a lot of ground. I tend to do a bit of both. I don't do pure grid and I don't do pure down. It allows you to get kind of the best of both worlds, because in the beginning you really don't want to be going like hardcore down, and later on you really don't want to be going just hardcore grid, because later on you can handle going down. So I'm also going to check out this area just below where the guide is right now. I don't have any gold. If you want to just try and get a merchant straight away, so the requirements for a merchant are a house, a light source, a table and a chair, and 50 or so silver. So if you want to just get a merchant as fast as possible, you need to focus on getting gold. Damn, just a stone vein. Nothing particularly interesting here. So just going to go down a bit, make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh, I ate a shroom. Of course, the negatives to doing this kind of mining is you generally create quite a nice space for zombies and monsters to spawn in, which can not necessarily be a bad thing depending on what you're trying to do. I need to find a vein of copper so I can make myself a helmet. Mining horizontally with 3 people is always nice. You are able to just no, just stone. I think the way the shadows are done in this game is very, very beautiful, because you end up with this, I don't know, maybe I've just seen too many pretty games, but I actually like the kind of retro look of Terraria, quite nice. I haven't played Minecraft yet, but it is currently on the list, so we'll see if I like that as well. Okay, so there seems to be nothing particularly interesting in this direction. I am going to check out the top of that stone vein, because as I said, generally you will find things like copper and iron around veins of stone. That is not always true, but it's a fairly accurate rule of thumb to operate by. Unfortunately, in this case, my rule of thumb was not correct. Right, okay, so we've kind of done a bit of a grid. We could go explore over there, but again, the deeper you go, the more common it is to find minerals, so there's kind of the balance of how deep do I go, because more monsters spawn, or... The other thing we're looking for is, I wouldn't mind... There we go. The other thing we're looking for is an underground lake, because I wouldn't mind showing you guys how to do underwater mining. Underwater mining can get really, really tricky, but if you know a couple of tricks, it can be a lot easier than it seems. One of the tricks being you can place torches in walls to still gain sight. But the other way is the water physics in this game are, to be honest, a bit questionable. The way water works does not... Ah! Okay, we just found silver. To be honest, that's a bit of a jackpot. So the first pick you can make is from silver. So when you find your first lot of silver and your first lot of gold should be for a pick. Because obviously a pick is the thing you use the most, in my opinion, so it's always good to get a silver pick over, say, a silver broadsword or something. The other thing you need to consider is when you're building armor, if you have a bronze helmet, a bronze chestplate, and bronze leggings, it's not... Ah! Oh, good. Some underwater mining. Okay. Is that emerald? That is emerald. Emerald are fairly useless, to be honest. The only thing you can use them for is making lightsabers. So we're just going to start establishing the groundwork for some mining down here. Okay, so you want to watch your breath meter, which is top right. And I didn't actually get all that silver, so that needs to be rectified. Okay, so the way you abuse the water physics is like this. So I'll show you the first technique first. So basically the water will never penetrate below like a block. So as you can see, this leaves a nice little air pocket for you to work in, and you can just stand up here, jump and breathe, and that's kind of how it works. So as I was saying, emeralds are fairly useless, but they do sell for a lot. So once you've got your phase blade, your lightsaber, you can make a lightsaber of any color. That depends on the gem you have. You generally sell them to merchants because they're worth quite a pretty penny, I think the word is. So we're just going to keep mining this way, and I may as well show you the other exploit you can do. So dirt absorbs water. I was not paying attention to my breath meter. That's a fairly good lesson to watch, because I was focusing on other things, and had that happen deeper, that would be a real pain in the ass. So we're going to go back down there, and I'll display what I was talking about. That's going to be a problem, actually. Right, okay. So just in case I die again, let's actually manufacture it. So this is one of the risks of this kind of mining, is if you don't actually if you don't put the groundwork for going up and down on the way down, going back down after you die can be a real pain in the ass. So, as I was saying, as you can see, dirt absorbs the water, so you can quite easily, even in a lake like 10 times this size, you can quite easily make yourself a little air pocket here to work from. And then, knowing what I told you before, you can place blocks up here, bring them down a bit. Well, that was a failure, wasn't it? Let's actually try to demonstrate what I was meaning. What I was saying is you can do and in so in a lake twice this size, I'm running out of breath, coming down, and there we go. I have a nice little air pocket which is completely underwater. So that is one of the techniques you can use for underwater mining, which is quite easy to do and quite... Ooh, I just found a big cave. Okay, so caves are really good for exploring because you'll find one of two things. You'll find stone hearts, which increase your health permanently, and hopefully we'll find one in here because I wouldn't mind having 20 more health. And you will occasionally find gear chests. I must explore that underwater cave as well. Ooh, this is quite a nice cave. Ah, I keep forgetting I don't actually have a grappling hook. And you see those rocks in the back wall? Those rocks in the back wall actually mean you're getting deeper, and the deeper you... It's kind of like a sign that you're getting deeper and you can expect better stuff. So the deeper you go, the better stuff you're expected to find, basically. Unfortunately, we found no hearts, no chests, and only 1 or 2 jars. Silver ore, got 18 of it. I've got enough copper to make a helmet or pants, so that will be my first mission when I'm done here. Ooh, iron. This is kind of the jackpot of mining. So after I mine this iron, I'm going to cut this episode off by going up and making some equipment. I am not in any shortage of wood. So as you can see, there's a nice underground lake, and I'll demonstrate again the mining techniques I use to do underground mining. So we're just going to clean up this passageway a bit. Get rid of all the water. Again, it is a little cheap, because as you can see, you just place a dirt block over water and the water suddenly disappears, but it allows you to... It works with lava as well. At least I think it does. I'm not sure. I've never tried it. I've just been told that it does, so don't quote me on that. But the other thing you can do is if you're, say, mining down a shaft like this to go as deep as possible and you run into a big ass cave, you can never actually go outside your shaft because you can quite easily then place a what's it called? You then can quite easily place dirt underneath you, like kind of if I'm mining down like this, left, right, and I see there's a big cave, you can keep mining like that by just... Where's my 0? There we go. By just keeping on putting stuff down, and then you'll never have to actually enter the cave and deal with any of the zombies or monsters or anything like that that's in the cave. So we're going to go back up here. We've got 4 copper coins, which is kind of nice, and as you can see, crafting items just turn up whenever you have the materials instantly. You don't actually have to stress about that. 2 more silk, so I only need a few more cobwebs and I can make a bed. Aww, I don't have enough copper. I'm like 1 off. That's a pain. Anyway, I guess we'll have to cover that in the next episode. This is KEnODvT, signing off.